The Cure by Ginger Andrews. Laying around all day with some strange, new, deep blue weekend funk. I'm not really asleep when my sister calls to say she has just hung up from talking with Aunt Bertha, who is 89 and ill, but managing to take care of Uncle Frank, who is completely bedridden. Aunt Bert says it's snowing there in Arkansas on Catfish Lane, and she hasn't been able to walk out to the mailbox. She's been suffering from a bad case of the grubs. The cure for the grubs, she tells my sister, is to get up and bake a cake, and if that doesn't do it, put on a red dress. I fell in love with this poem the first time I encountered it in Good Poems for Hard Times, edited by Garrison Keillor. The first thing that attracted me is the fact that the poem is short. Just 118 words, only half a page. Even the title is short. The Cure, less than 10 letters, and such a simple concept. Ginger Andrews uses herself to set up the poem and the problem. She is lying around the house on the weekend, feeling down. So depressed and lazy, she isn't even thinking of a cure. I love that line she uses to set all that up. Some strange, new, deep blue weekend funk. It worked the first time I read it, but on closer and repeated readings, I noticed the interior rhyme of blue and new. Strange, new, deep blue weekend funk. 5 descriptive adjectives piled in front of that short, hard funk. Like the author is too tired to even punctuate. One word plods after another. New, deep blue weekend funk. It's a nice bit of writing. But then, within the same sentence, the scene changes when her sister calls. What a great 49-word sentence that is. That takes you from the author, winter depressed somewhere with a vague lethargy, to her great aunt pinned down in Arkansas, who is also ill, but not lying around. The poem quickly and effectively moves our focus to this Aunt Bert, who is 89 years old, taking care of Uncle Frank in bed. Could Bert suggest Kurt? I'm reminded of my beloved Aunt Lenore, who lived alone on a second-floor walk-up till she was 98, and was too busy to ever feel sorry for herself. She could be wonderfully curt. The old sometimes are. At the end of that great sentence, Aunt Bert is firmly in charge of the poem, and the contrast is wonderful. The focus is so sharp. She's stuck on Catfish Lane where it is snowing so badly she can't get out to the mailbox. And what a great name that is, Catfish Lane, suggesting a stream or a river nearby and woods filling with snow. Could it be real? I pulled up Google Maps, and there really is a Catfish Lane near Morrison's Bluff in Arkansas. It's less than a mile away from Porky's restaurant and convenience store. I don't know if this is for real, but it certainly looks like it could be the place where Aunt Bert and Uncle Frank live. Stuck inside by the snow and feeling ill herself, Aunt Bert has good reason to feel depressed or blue. But she doesn't call it that. She calls our situation having a bad case of the grubs. What a wonderful word that is, grubs. It sort of hits you in the head. I never heard of it before. The strangeness of the word and its age give it that exotic feel. This isn't from our time and place. It sounds like backwoods, but also very old and strong like Aunt Bert. Google tells me it is a word for low spirits or a slight depression, and that it comes from the 1890s. That's fitting for Aunt Bert. She doesn't dwell there like the author lying around all weekend, but looks for a cure. The author refers back to the go-between here, the sister, to remind us of the contrast. The author, stuck on the sofa, and Aunt Bert, who knows the cure, and like Aunt Bert, the cure is quick and simple. Bake a cake. Don't just lie around. Get up and do something fun. Bake a cake. Fill the quiet house with the warm scent of baking. And if that doesn't defeat the mullygrubs, go and put on a red dress. Put on a red dress? What a crazy, incongruous, wonderful cure. Put on a red dress and brighten your day. Boom, the poem is ended, and I'm left there a bit stunned by the strength of Aunt Bert. No explanation is needed. We are left with that incredible image of 89-year-old Aunt Bert all decked out in a red dress, bringing Uncle Frank a piece of cake. It is a poem with a message, but also great images and feeling. All that in 106 words. It leaves me wanting to sit in that kitchen on Catfish Lane, sipping a cup of sassafras tea, while I watch Aunt Bert in her red dress ice that cake. Love that poem.